Vicky.
Hi, I'm Laura.
And we have been married since 2010. And we're on Hubbee to talk about how to deal with African families at weddings. One of the key things, firstly, that I'd say is, I guess, compromise is the biggest advice we could give to anyone when it comes to dealing with big families and families that have got strong cultures. And we found that both our families are quite big. We've got lots of friends.
Different.
So, yeah, very different. And one of the key challenges was about the numbers at our wedding, because my mum, I think she knows the world, and my family is even bigger. My husband's family knows the world as well. And so basically, in order for it to be, should I say, a wedding that we would enjoy, we had to come to a massive compromise. We had been to weddings before we got married, we'd been to weddings that where I think the family took over control, and so you find that it would be like just parents and uncles taking over, and it's just so squashed and so tight, and I thought I just can't have that. At the same time, I had an extreme been to weddings whereby we've seen, like, you know, brides just being like, no, you just can't have your uncle or auntie come to the wedding, and it can be very contentious. And I just think the biggest advice we can give is to compromise on these things. Think about what is dear to you. Think about, you know, what you really you know, you really want out of your wedding, and then look at the things that you can compromise on. I mean, we looked at, you know, we definitely wanted our families to be happy, and because, you know, obviously I was the first person to get married out of among my siblings. My mum was so excited, obviously, about, you know, us getting married. So she wanted to just invite everybody, but obviously we had to sit down, talk to her, and explain, look, you can't have the world, but we can compromise. So we compromised on, I guess, on the venue. So we made sure the venue was big enough. So that was a key thing, so that at least there was enough space, and we weren't going to have people there squashing up into the venue. We also compromised on seating plan. So making sure there was a seating plan. So we had our friends in one section, and we had my mum's, our family.
We just made sure that our friends were separate from Bookie's side of the family.
Because they were kind of the biggest people to take over the wedding, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'd say that was one of the key things that really worked well. I think it was a bit challenging for my helpers, but it really worked well in terms of being able to actually have a good wedding that you enjoyed. Many people were there, but at the same time, like, at least we cut the numbers down for my family, but at the same time, she was happy because at least she was able to have some of her friends there. It wasn't like complete restriction. Another thing, a reason why, you know, there might be challenges in African weddings, I mean, one thing we found out was in our photographs section. I don't know what we want to chip in here at this point.
To chip in.
Yeah, when we had our photographs taken, I think.
Well, you know, that's why I married my wife. You know, she's very diplomatic with her language. To be fair, you know, when it came to the photo sections of our wedding, it was pandemonium. You know, most people can, you know, most people look at this part of, you know, managing your families in a wedding and think of it as a small consideration, not something to be really considered. But I'd really challenge you to really think about it. For example, in the photo section, you know, most weddings that I've been to, you know, what usually happens is that, you know, the couple line up, they invite, you know, the family, they invite the friends, they invite workmates, and so on and so forth. At our wedding, it was like pandemonium, and to be fair, I've got to attribute it to Bookie's side of the family, although I love them very much, and
mine was,
you know, they're wonderful. But but anyway, really and truly, what happened was that Bookie's aunties were very zealous.
Yeah,
Can I say zealous?
That's the word.
They were very zealous in terms of wanting to be in the pictures. So there was a bit of friction trying to get into the photos. And what happened was that kind of delayed everything, and yeah, I mean, our photographer couldn't really handle it. Yeah,
it was a bit much, really. I think it was like I'd say they're strong characters, basically. If you're getting married and you know your family, both families or maybe one of your families have got, like, you know, really strong characters, you know, aunties, and everyone wants to just be involved. Just make sure you have at least, I'd say, 4 people just alone is their duty to make sure that the pictures are done swiftly and smoothly. Because that was one thing that I think I was this close to giving someone a backhand on that day. And apart from from it. I had a wonderful, wonderful day. But I definitely suggest that we would, have people there to control the crowd, have people there to, make sure that they know when they're ready to come on.
Yeah.
If the photographer says, don't worry, I can deal with it, doesn't matter.
Don't take
have
their full face.
Have your people on standby.
Because every photographer wanting to get the contract will say, yeah, I can handle crowds.
do it.
But I'm sorry, when it comes to, we're Nigerian. When it comes to Nigerian crowds, it's a different ball game altogether.
And also the music as well.
Yeah.
With the music,
you have to cater to your guests.
Yeah, cater to your guests, cater to your
So
family.
we've got different age groups. We've got obviously the
people.
older generation and younger generation. And I think the key thing for us, we made a decision that, you know what, for our wedding, we're going to play music that just glorifies God.
Yeah.
And funny enough, effectively that caters for everyone because you've got your traditional music, you've got your young music that really everyone can vibe to. But what we made sure we had was like a segment of time where all the aunties and stuff would come up and dance.
Yeah, they had their time.
But clearly, majority of the time we dedicated to our sort of music. So that's something you definitely have to bear in mind because if not, what you probably end up with is guests that will complain or this, that, the other. At the same time, make sure, because remember, it's your wedding day. So ensure that the music really just is for you ultimately. The music really is music that will give you joy, that will keep make sure you shake your legs. So yeah, just ensure that it's for you because you can't really cater to everybody, and some people will be upset. So.